Alright guys, Xero Foxx is going to join me because we're going to take a look at the mod he's released yesterday.
Yeah, so like really, I mean, the thing I love about Morrowind that's kept me coming back over the years is just like finding those random little things, whether it's like the sword on the shelf or the book under the pillow or that amazing ring in an urn or that, awesome item you only find by levitating to. So one time I watched a YouTube video about like the 10 most top hidden items in Morrowind, and I was just sort of like really blown away because I'd never seen those before, and most of them had nothing to do with any quests. So I looked up a list of all the unique items, and most of them I'd never seen before. So like the nerd that I am...
Tell me, how much Morrowind have you played?
Oh, a lot. Like,
a lot,
I've been playing
right?
for about 18 years. 18 years, and so like since it came out, and that's the thing that has kept me coming back is those random things that you find all the time. And when I watched that video, I was like kind of amazed that some of these things you would never find unless you knew that there was something special in that location. So I looked all them up, and then like the nerd that I am, I put them all in an Excel spreadsheet. I took out all the unique items that were related to quests because I knew I would eventually find those. And I wrote down the item name and location and linked the map. And I even printed them all out, cut them all up, and put them in little envelopes. and I played that for like months, and it was so much fun. And then eventually I was like, why don't I actually put these in the game? And then I realized that written instructions aren't that lore friendly. So I was like, why not a treasure map?
That sounds really good. Xero, do you have eyes on the chat?
Oh, yeah.
That way, you can you can see all the horrible things they're saying right now. For those of you who just came in, Xero is telling us how, like, the genesis of his mod, which I really should put up. Let me pull the Nexus page so I can show you guys.
And what's funny is I've never really done modding before, so I never really was on Discord before, so I went on Discord, and the first person I ran into was Morrowind, and who was working on a mod called Ashfall.
Rings a bell.
I ended up doing a bunch of graphic design work and branding work for that, and then it was through Morrowind that I met Danae, and we were on the modding madness competition together, and that kind of brushed up my skills. And met Professor Armitage and Melchior Dark and a bunch of the other people in modding Discord.
All really good people, I've been told.
And it was really Merlin and Danae especially, who kept on like kind of nudging me, like, hey, so are you gonna do that treasure map mod? You should really like make textures for all the maps. Like, have you done it yet? Oh, you should really, now that Modding Madness is over. So she really pushed me to finish it, and I'm glad I did because it's super fun. and she helped with the modding page and everything, so that's kind of what started it, was really just, I mean, my favorite thing about Morrowind, which is finding those random items.
Stuff.
And the other thing, too, is I've always loved underwater exploration, but always found it a bit lacking. So I combined the two items together and put a treasure map in every single sunken ship around Morrowind. So it kind of gives you a reason to, like, explore the waters a bit. So...
Well, since you talk about exploration, I am underwater and confirmed it is really, really empty. Oh, that's okay. I have the god mod, guys. It's okay, I cannot die. So what is the mod? I mean, I know what it is, but...
So, what it does, it takes... So all the unique items in Morrowind that are not related to any quests at all, meaning you'd never normally find them, except through random encounter. I've made 23 treasure maps for 23 shipwrecks, including 4 ones that I made, and hides them inside the shipwrecks. So anytime you find a shipwreck, there will be a treasure map hidden, and that treasure map will be will lead you to the treasure, but it will be. Another thing about it too that I really liked was I wanted it to be vague, so you kind of had to do some work finding it, not like go to this X.
But isn't that the way treasure maps work? The X is the spot, or the spot is the X. I forgot what it is. One of those.
So, you know, I kind of amended that to a general area. And Danae, with her awesome scripting, made a notification that.
Please don't say that. People know me. They know I cannot script.
Her scripting.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, so,
I'm
like when you're in the area, you get a notification.
Right. So here's the first shipwreck. I'm guessing anyone trying the mod is going to go and look for that one because it's the nearest one to Sadanin.
And I also, yeah. And I also kind of like the easier the shipwreck is to find, the probably lower level the item is. So for those really random shipwrecks that are out in the middle of nowhere, those are going to have better items.
You really put a lot of thought into that. Okay. I knew the key was there. Okay, I knew it. Yeah, tell us about the keys, actually. That's important information.
So I wanted this mod to be available to all adventuring types. So whether you were a mage person, like a warrior or a thief, or especially a warrior that like wasn't into lockpicking or anything, I wanted it to be available to everyone. So if the treasure maps are locked, there will always be a key hidden somewhere in the ship. So that kind of adds more to the treasure hunt or the fun, right? So if you notice a treasure chest that's locked at a high level, it's probably it. And you have to look around to find the key.
Personally, I am looking forward to having more objects in my game that start with the XO prefix. Ta-da! I got my first treasure map. And feast your eyes on this beauty. So what am I looking at?
So at the very top is the item name written in Daedric.
Okay.
And at the bottom is the location name written in Daedric. And on the lower left-hand side is the item sketch, basically, what it looks like. And on some maps, there will be a red skull in the bottom right-hand corner, which means that item is obtained from an enemy that you need to fight. If there's no skull in the corner, it means you need to find the item, so you'll prepare for a hunt. The item could be anywhere in the red circle, like not just the center, and no two treasure maps are in, like the location is not in the same place in that red circle. So you really kind of have to look. And if you the red arrow
can't find the exit. I'll open the map in a second, but I want to get out of here first. I hate, there we go, absolutely hate going into the shipwrecks. And now your mod is gonna make me do it. So thank you for that, I guess.
The other bit of thought I put into where I'm putting them is the shipwreck you find it in, the item will be in the general-ish area. So you're not like traveling around the entire continent. And then by the time you've gotten to the other side of Itemville, you've already forgotten. So if you find an item, you'll know that it'll probably be in the general, larger area, which is kind of nice.
That really is, because how many times, especially in Morrowind, like you have a quest and like, oh, I need to go to that place. And on your way to that place, you meet that person, you find that cave, you die, that happens too. And you never make it to your destination. So if you find a map and it's right here, close to Sadanin, and you have to travel all the way to Dagenfell, like, knowing me, I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to sell it maybe by mistake. I'm going to store it in my house, and I will never find the treasure, which would be quite a shame. I wanted to test everybody's Daedric, actually. Oh, I'm in combat. Keep forgetting, I cannot read when I'm fighting. Let's go somewhere where we cannot be bothered. We're going to go to Fargoth's place. It's very quiet, nobody goes there. Not even Fargoth.
The other thing that was important to me is, like, when I saw all the list of unique items, some of them I've never seen before, and especially some of them are really hard to find. And I wanted a middle ground between, like, you know, the video that shows you where it is, and like some of these locations, at least if you know that there's something special to look for, you're gonna walk around that cave and really look around. And that's something that I wanted, you know, to do, because otherwise some of these I would never have found if they hadn't have told me, like, oh, there's something special in this area.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
unless you found it once by chance and then you know where to get it, or you read it, or you saw it on a video. So people in the chat are pointing out that I cannot read anyway. It's true, but you can. So what is this item? Let's test your Daedric, and it's not so hard because you have the alphabet right there. Super handy, by the way. It's the name of the region that I haven't worked out yet. Oh, it's the name of the location itself. I see. I can read that last one here. Spark the Walk, make the treasure map point to the wrong location, so it's the same thing. It would be very immersive, right? Dagger of Judgment, that's right. Hey, Mantis. Dagger of Judgment in something ancestral tomb. Is it Andrano? I think. So let's go there. I've given myself 200 speed. We'll remove that as soon as possible. But the vanilla items, you haven't done anything to them, right? Xero?
No. So nothing. This is very vanilla friendly because I have not touched the items themselves at all. I've only altered the ship interiors. There are no artifacts added.
And when you say, sorry, when you say altered the interiors, you haven't altered them. You've added an item to them, which makes it even more. This must be the place. I mean, we knew it's here, so. Andren Ancestral Tomb. Unfortunately, in my mod, it's... There we go. It's now open. And then, once you make it here, you just have to find the item. Basically.
Yep, and funnily enough, this one map is probably the one out of all the others that I almost didn't include, because I know that there is a quest that brings you to this location, but I did want a low-level unique to be, you know, probably in the easiest shipwreck to find in Vardenfell, the one right near Satanin.
Yeah, definitely. So you have the maps to items that are not quest related.
Yeah, so all the others are very remote and very, like, out of the way. Like, you never go there.
So roughly, you're right when you say it can be anywhere in the circle, because I guess would be somewhere here, give or take. Like, I don't know if you have eyes on the stream as well, but I'm looking at the map.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Hey, Zarek, welcome on in.
Right on the edge. Some are on the edge, some are in the middle, somewhere are all over. So,
do we want to give the extra hint to everyone? I mean, you did say on your mod page that the arrow sort of is a hint as to where to look.
Yeah. So to help narrow it down, the red arrow, if you make a line in the direction the arrow is pointing, the location will be anywhere along that line. So it kind of helps narrow down from the whole circle to a more specific region or direction to look.
Yeah, definitely narrows it down. So there you have it, the gist of it. So me, I mean, I've already said that, but personally, I'm definitely going to do a treasure hunter sort of run with your mod, treasure maps that we've been using, maybe find a mod that enhances the Museum of Artifact, or choose a house that has a really large display area, you know, something all about treasure hunting.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for helping me make the mod and pushing me to do it. And I just got to say, let the treasure hunting begin.
Yes. And you know, it was not a selfless act. It's because I want to play that mod so bad. So yeah, I'm glad you made it. Do you want to tease a little bit with your next mod? Or you want to wait a little bit until you've worked some more on it?
Yeah, let's wait a little bit.
Okay. So I'm the only one who knows. I'm so excited.
Oh, it's the clever line it's a clever line I put on my mod description. So
let the hunting begin.
Yeah,
right.
I've literally played that. I've literally played it myself for months before I even made it a mod. So yeah, it's fun, super fun, and thank you for bringing me on.
Definitely my pleasure, Xero. Thank you for the mod. Thank you for, you know, explaining all of it to us. Guys, if you have a question for Xero, it's now or never. After that, he will refuse to answer questions. A TR, I knew that would come up. A TR version of this mod would be just excellent.
I would love to do that. That sounds like a really fun expansion. And this mod is TR compatible, so that's nice as well. Just gotta get a list of all the artifacts.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. The only difficulty I see with TR is that, like, knowing which unique item is quest related, not quest related. Like, you'd have to play a lot of Tamriel Rebuild to be familiar with all of that. Or you would have to spend a lot of time in the construction set reading through the dialogue and the scripts to see where that item comes in.
Good questions, Spock the Walk. Is it just Vardenfell artifacts, or is Solstheim artifacts covered too? So this one just covers Vardenfell artifacts. I did make maps for all the Solstheim artifacts, but there are no shipwrecks in Solstheim. So I kind of decided to, you know, first release this version, then I will cross that bridge, how and when I decide to. But they are in the construction set.
You could do what you did. How many artifacts are there with Blood Moon?
There are 10.
10 non-quest related artifacts. Yeah. So you would have to put all kinds of shipwrecks around it. No, I'm sorry, Carl. I'm not ignoring you, but I don't want to interrupt Xero when he's talking either. And yes, definitely, I will be playing the Elder Scrolls 6 without too much hype about it. But I'm looking forward to it, definitely.
I didn't add any tribunal items.
I mean, there's the ring, and they're with a quest, really, I think.
I think that's why. I think they were pretty much all with the quests, and I decided... Oh, the other thing is that I only included unique items that are found in interior locations. Maybe besides 2 that are in Solstheim, but so most of them...
It is better for compatibility, actually. Because I think, like, somebody asked on the Nexus page if your mod, which I should be showing, there it is, if your mod is compatible with Tamriel Rebuilt, and seeing as you don't move anything, the shipwreck interiors are not modified, I'm pretty sure it's compatible with the Morrowind Rebirth, and that is a very rare thing. So
yeah, that's actually one.
Yes.
That's actually one reason why I decided not to include any fancy scripting, is because I wanted it to be compatible with everything.
Again, compatible with Open Morrowind, that's becoming rare these days. really. Zarek, you say Tribunal non-quest items are all in the sewers, not good for mapping, yeah. It's around that dark corner to the left at the end of that other dark corridor. Can't miss it.
Also,
So,
it didn't quite feel like someone would know. It didn't quite have the same treasure map vibe to it. Like it's not a tomb. It's like, how would somebody know it was in the sewer? I don't know. It just didn't have the same. Also, the maps wouldn't have looked as cool.
Oh, and for TR, somebody was mentioning it, 7th Monday, we don't have a hand-drawn map of Tamriel rebuilt. So it would probably be quite hard to make something in the same style as what you have so far.
That's another thing. I am pretty good with Photoshop, but like really good with Photoshop. But
no need to be modest. You're really good with Photoshop.
But yeah, they would look different because I would need to solve that problem.
So here's to hoping. Xero, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
There we go. And, well, I'll be talking to you soon for sure. Looking forward to your next secret project.
Finally.